It is Car Con Carne. Look at this. We're on Kedzie. That right there, that's Joshua. He is the proprietor of this. Look, hold that up again. Hold it up to the camera. That's fantastic. Passion House Coffee on Kedzie. And in the back seat, look at that. I've got Chicago musicians, real live Chicago musicians outside their natural habitat. I have Justin and Emily from the fabulous band Engines. Car Con Carne, presented by the Autobarn Mazda of Evanston, 1015 Chicago Avenue. Joshua, Emily,
Yes,
Justin.
Hi.
Would you not agree that we are in a very comfortable car? It's
really
like
nice.
It's like sitting on a throne.
I almost want to take it home.
I
Same.
will take it home. How lucky am I?
It's
a
very
brand new-
spacious.
It is very spacious. It's a
I already have two of them though at home.
you do not.
To the
It's a
same car.
That's
brand new
dumb.
Mazda 6. It was just a delight driving in here from the NBC Tower earlier today, here in Logan Square. 1015 Chicago Avenue. Take a test drive. This Mazda 6, great family car, great if you're single, too. It's a great pickup car. I mean, wouldn't you agree? Any singles in the car? If you saw someone pull up in one of these?
Yeah, for
Sure.
One thing
Yeah,
I know
why not?
about Mazdas, they're fast.
They are fast, like me. Car Con Carne, presented by the Autobarn Mazda of Evanston. Are you ready to do this thing?
Let's do it.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Yes.
So this is kind of fun, and I should explain. Last week I recorded episode 250 with the triumvirate, the troika, the holy trinity of Dennis Buckley of 88 Fingers Louie, Daryl Wilson of the Boll Weevils, and Josh Cater of Smoking Popes.
I saw that.
Love all those guys. Recorded on this brand new camera, state-of-the-art camera. Didn't realize until I was done recording that there was no sound on the recording, which was a little frustrating. That would explain why my phone was blowing up as we were doing the recording.
No.
It's true. And I had to... I stayed up till probably 3 in the morning trying to sync the video and audio. Not an easy thing.
No.
If you're not used to doing that, not an easy thing, especially if the audio and video don't line up, the starts and stops. It's a little bit of a puzzle, but I fixed it. The point is this. I'm recording on a phone tonight. I'm scared.
We'll
So
be okay, I promise.
We'll be okay.
Okay.
This is kind of like one of those old school late night talk shows. Everyone's on the couch together. We're going to commingle. We're going to become best friends by the time we're all done. Let's start by talking about Passion House.
And caffeinated.
We're going to be stupidly caffeinated. We've got the cold brew to drink. I also have 2 hot coffees from Passion House.
Here, you want me to help you?
Well, I can only... Oh, there we go. Cold brew and hot brew. Now, tell me, you make your own syrups in-house.
We make our own syrups in-house, yeah.
Good.
So I've got a lavender and a sweet potato.
Sweet potato latte.
See, now, I thought up until tonight I was just kind of a basic bitch. I was fine with pumpkin. Then I discovered sweet potato.
Yeah, pumpkin's like so 2000 late.
It is so 2000 late. Sweet potato syrup right here at Passion House. Amazing. Cheers.
Cheers, as I drink my cold brew can, but it's supposed to be facing that.
Let's talk about the cold brew. That's one of the reasons we're here. Oh, that's
yeah.
the lavender. Holy crap.
It's good, right? It smells great.
Oh, my God.
You
It is
saw
so
that
good.
on camera, right?
That's-
I mean,
That's legit. That was surprisingly good.
you can't pay for that stuff.
You can't. Although someone should. Car Con Carne, just to email me, jamesvanalzel@gmail.com. Let's talk about this cold brew. This is a collaboration with Chance the Rapper's charity.
That is correct.
Here,
Here, you hold it. Cool.
explain what I'm looking at here. Or what?
So this is a collaboration between Chance the Rapper's Foundation. It's called SocialWorks, and they have 5 different initiatives, and this is one of their initiatives called My State of Mind. And when I met, he's got 3 people. Chance has 3 people running SocialWorks, and their names are Essence, Justin, and Nick, and really, really good people. And once we got introduced by a good friend, and they gave me even more detailed about SocialWorks, as soon as they started talking about My State of Mind, it just really connected home for me. So we did this collaboration on cold brew. 50% of the proceeds go back to My State of Mind to help implement even more programming. Now, My State of Mind, what it is bringing a community together and making not only people available, but resources available for mental health.
Which, great cause, for sure. And it's got to feel good to give back to the community. You've been making coffee. We were talking about this earlier. You've been making coffee since you were practically out of the womb. And to be able to turn your craft, your career, your industry into a force for good.
Sure. We're a mission-driven company for sure, and I think, at least especially for like all the missions that we work with or collaborate on. There's some part of me personally that I'm connected to. So like, I think the more and more I talk about this cold brew collaboration with SocialWorks and My State of Mind, the more comfortable I guess I feel talking about, for me growing up, and I probably had mental challenges my whole life, but didn't really become aware of them until I was about 16.
Mm-hmm.
And it's embarrassing to talk about right now, and it's embarrassing to even like tell people some of your issues. But if we can help raise awareness, erase the negative stigma of mental health, and
I think we're still a long ways away from that.
Sure.
So every little bit that chips away at that.
Yeah. But we just need to create, at least around me, a community where it feels safe to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
This
is a very safe car.
Yes.
I mean, I know you just met them. But they're as safe as it gets back there.
We're pretty nice.
Yeah, you seem pretty nice. We have other collaborations that we do. We work with veteran roasters. We do all the roasting for veteran roasters, and then we have veterans that are working in our warehouse every single day that are packing coffee, roasting coffee, tasting coffee with us, and these are at-risk veterans. And for me, I never served for our country or anything like that. And I feel it's really important that, especially these people that are protecting us outside of the United States, inside the United States, like to give them, whatever little impact that myself and Passion House can have on these like positive attributes, giving people the opportunity who protected us, to give them a chance to get back to a stable place. It's really important for us.
I love it. All right, so I've got to try the cold brew too.
Oh, try the cold brew. I just had the cold brew. Can I open it for you?
Absolutely.
It's quite good.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
This is a guy who doesn't even drink caffeine.
Yeah, usually,
here's the
usually
tricky
a seltzer guy, but the cold brew's pretty good here.
Okay, this is it. And by the way, this totally looks like craft beer. When you pull it out, just everything about it. So cheers. This isn't a trick, is it?
It's not a trick. It's really coffee.
Now, I'm not as, I guess, schooled in the art of cold brew. My first perception when I drink this is it's very light tasting coffee.
Yep.
What should I be tasting?
No, I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of cold brews out there that are so strong that make you guys said it yourself, make you want to like put your head through a wall, right? Put hair on your chest. That's not my style of coffee in general. I like the subtleties. I love that, there's a little bit of caramel, chocolate. There's a little bit of fruit acidity, and it's really balanced. I don't want anything that is like overpowering. I find a lot of cold brews tend to be just too strong and unenjoyable to drink, and you need to add a lot of cream and sugar to it.
I could drink this on my way to work every morning.
Oh yeah, let's make that happen.
Let's make that happen. This is great, and just drinking it straight. That's all you need.
Just load up the trunk.
Yeah, it's a loaner. We got some room. None of my stuff's in there. Well, this really is delicious. Again, My State of Mind. So besides coming to your place here,
Yep.
or your place at Goose Island,
Yep.
where can people find this?
So that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. We actually, Passion House has 3 locations. So we have our Logan Square shop, which is at 2631 North Kedzie, right across from the Blue Line. We have...
and across from the Bong place.
And across from the head shop, yeah.
I like how the band's heads just twisted when I said that.
We could turn this interview into something totally different
I
if
usually
you
go to
guys
the comic
want to.
store.
I'm happy to do that. And then we have our second shop is in the West Loop inside a new food hall called Paulton Row on Aberdeen and Randolph. And then our newest location is on Goose Island, 1200 North Branch Avenue. So you can get the My State of Mind, any of those shops. And then as well as Goddess and the Baker Goddess and the Baker has all of them. Paulette's, which is just open in Pilsen, which is incredible. They have our cold brew. If you're out in the south, Pullman area, you have Lane's Bake Shop. And, I think that these causes are awesome. I love collaborating with them. But the only way to make an impact is that if people come out and support us and buy the product so that we can put proceeds back into My State of Mind.
I love it. And I mean, you saw my reaction is genuine. This is delicious, and it's so smooth. And I'm going to go to bed. I'm talking fast. I'm going to go to bed around 4:00 tomorrow morning. I do want to acknowledge Brian Sarnick, who checked in on the Facebook Live, who says, "Some dream of a Grammy. I dream of being on Car Con Carne.
Oh, hey, Brian.
I don't know if that's really a great ambition, but then again, this is the guy, me, whose great life goal is to own a Coca-Cola freestyle machine, like the kind at the AMC theaters, and a pinball machine. Those are my life's goals. So I don't know that that's out of line from Brian.
Pinball Wizard.
I love pinball.
Me too.
I can play pinball all day
Oh,
long.
I love it. We used to have it at the bottom of our college dorm, and we would spend countless quarters and nights.
Yeah, I mean, here's the
playing
thing. and
pinball.
Back me up, members of Engines. Pinball's like, it's physical. Like, you feel like you're doing something instead of playing a video game. No, you're not pinball players?
No, I mean,
our bass
sure.
player
Yeah, our bass player is a
yeah.
huge pinball player, and he's not here, unfortunately.
A
But
master is, I don't really know what that means, but he's allegedly very good, right?
that's what he tells us.
Yeah.
I'm not
So-
exactly sure.
Engines, you promised on your social media that you'd make fun of the band members who aren't here tonight.
Yeah.
That was a joke. We would
Oh.
never say anything bad about our bandmates. We love them very much.
That's true.
So, all right, let's jump around a little bit. I'm going to use a visual aid here.
Hey, you want me to hold that for you?
I would love it. The latest release from Engines is this. It is Every Cell. It is a one-sided EP, which I kind of love. The last release, get two sides on this one. But this, I love. When I listen to Engines, and I'll take my cold brew back.
No.
Thank you, sir. When I listen to Engines, I mean, it's such a comfortable sounding band to me. And this is like quintessential indie rock. My God, Emily, I love your voice. Just what a great sounding band. I want to get some history down because I'm confused about your history. I want to say, let's start in the middle. Didn't you break up like a year ago?
Sort of. So, the band originally started actually without me or Emily. They were called Hot Bagels, and I was brought in to play third guitar at the time, and then we sort of transitioned to being a four-piece. We decided we needed actually a good singer. Not that Craig is not a good singer, but we needed a professional. So I had known Emily for a long time. We hadn't played in any bands together before, but
We did. We're still in that band.
Well,
and that's the only reason why
That's true. So
I was talking to you at that time anyway.
So we were playing in another band together, more of a
kidding.
not a full-time band. So we played in a band called The End of Music that is a little more focused on some different things, but we don't want to get into that because that's not what we're here to talk about. So we brought Emily in to sing for us, and we took all the songs we'd already written and pretty much reworked all of them, and that became Obsolete, our first record. We sort of threw everything we had vocal-wise in the trash, and Emily came up with a bunch of really good stuff that was way better than anything we had done.
My thanks.
And so suddenly people decided we're worth listening to now that we have a real singer. And from there we started working on a second record, and that was what became Every Cell. We got about halfway through, and then Craig decided he was going to move to Atlanta with his family.
Now, how long ago was this?
That was last June.
Okay.
So we sort of, with only a couple weeks' notice, booked studio time and tightened up those songs and recorded all of them. We really didn't have a ton of time. We got in there, we got it done, and we were quite shocked at how well it turned out.
It's so good.
Yeah, I think it was sort of a sign of what was to come if we had finished a full length.
I know.
But I think it really captures all the stuff we were working on, and we were super stoked about it. And even though Craig moved, we decided, let's press this record. Let's go to Smash Plastic locally here in Chicago.
Former Car Con Carne guest.
Yep. So they're really cool people. It was really cool to actually see the record get pressed.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. So
I agree.
when Craig left, we decided let's sort of pump the brakes for a while. And after we decided to press the record, he decided to come back and play a couple shows. We played a few shows this summer, and I think it's sort of open ended at this point whether we play some more. I hope so, and I hope people like the record, and there's a reason to do so.
So you're still a band, right?
Yeah, I mean we aren't officially
100%. We're still a band.
Okay.
I'm just saying that now.
Yeah.
It's maybe the most confusing booking I've ever made. But I just played Admonition from the new album or new EP a couple weeks ago. That sounds so good, and it seems to me, Emily, you can kind of shed some light on this. Maybe some mixed messages in there lyrically, some duality going on there.
Sure. Yeah.
Tell me the story of the song.
Yeah, let's hear about the duality.
The duality. Duality of man. So it's just it's a relationship record.
Uh-huh.
It's a very small EP, so it's like just a snippet of a relationship arc. But yeah, they're all love songs, but some of them are sad, and some of them are good.
Most love songs
and
are
happy.
sad, right?
True, I would say yes.
Well, and the first thing I heard from this EP was Spring Summer Train, which I love the way it's so complicated, just kind of hangs there. It's just a great song. I could play that one over and over.
Thanks.
Super fun. All right, so let's go back to coffee for a little bit. When did you open this facility?
So, well, I started Passion House 8 years ago, and we just had the roastery. We're doing mostly wholesale. We opened our Logan Square shop 2 years ago, and then we opened our West Loop shop, or inside the food hall, in March, and then we just opened Goose Island 2 weeks ago.
That's nonstop growth. What I wonder, and I've had a lot of craft breweries on the show, and this to me is very similar to the craft brewery world.
Very much so.
And to me, the similar thread is that entrepreneurial spirit. The kind of- and I love that about you. The question I would have for you, it seems like it would be really hard, and obviously it wasn't for you, but it'd be really hard to make a dent in the coffee world. I mean, there's so many choices and so much competition. What allowed you to grow?
That's a great question. Number one, craft coffee has definitely followed the trend of craft beer. A lot of what you kind of see is people that have maybe brewed beer at home, roasted coffee at home, and then they find that they really love it, and they venture out into doing it full time as a business, which is obviously very difficult.
I suck at making coffee. I need people like you in my life.
Yeah, well, I am glad to hear that. I'm there for you. And for me, like I've been in coffee since I was 16. I have over 20 years experience. I won't tell you how many over 20, but
please,
I'm fucking old, man.
Please.
But through that experience, I've learned so much about different coffees. I've learned how different varietals roast coffee, how different elevations. I'm not really good at much, but one thing I can do is taste. And I think through my experience, my ability to taste, and just, my love and passion for coffee, no pun intended, is one of the things that set us apart. And then we keep trying to build our brand and keep, I love that I'm with the Engines today, because music, honestly, music saved my life. And the more I bring that into Passion House, the more that people can understand like who Passion House is, who I am, and why music plays such an important role in our company.
I don't even know how to follow that up. I mean,
Sorry.
But yeah, no, I think all of us are here, whatever we're doing in our lives, all four of us are here because of music.
Yep.
For sure. So Engines, knowing that the band is kind of in a weird, I'm not going to say flux state, but just
State of mind.
a weird state. What's next for Engines?
What's next? What's NEXT?
Well, it's sort of undetermined at this point.
Right.
We're leaving it open ended. We'll see. See if people like the record. We'll see if there's time to write another one, do some more shows, and there's
If
rumors.
it helps, if you're listening and watching, I like the record.
Thanks.
You would like it too.
Great.
I like them.
Well,
I haven't listened to the record yet, the new one.
It's okay.
You should.
Yes,
We'll get you-
I
we'll get you a
definitely will.
copy.
That'd be awesome.
We know some people.
You got some
You know,
pull?
what would you guys want though? What do you want? You want to you want people to like it. Go out and listen.
Of course,
we're
yeah.
gonna listen to
We'd
it.
love for people to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're not banking on that, but
You should.
we
bank
have
on
day
it.
jobs.
Do it.
Yeah,
It's true.
Day jobs are boring.
yeah, that is true. But
Trust me.
That's true.
I should say you also have fabulous pastries,
Yes.
and I believe that a fed band is a happy band. You have pastries back there, right?
Yes.
You guys
We
have
do.
pastries? Did you taste
I
any?
had some cookie.
Ooh, cookie. Our pastries are from Florio Bakery, which is definitely one of the best bakeries in all of Chicago. And Sandra, who's the owner, and her husband, just wonderful people, and just the meticulous attention that they pay towards their product is incredible. They also serve some of our coffee, so the partnership is really amazing. Their breads, we use all their bread for our sandwiches that we make in-house, and it's just to die for.
So what's in here? I had a cookie.
Yep.
Looks like there's some arugula in here.
There's a peach Gillette. There's a thyme and apricot scone. There's a sourdough mixed berry muffin that is vegan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty
What?
cool. And it's like,
Justin, do you have that back there?
Yeah, I'll try. I'll give it a try.
oh yeah, give it a try. Let us know how it is.
I was not expecting to, but I will.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's dairy-free.
He's
I
dairy free.
am. I'm one of the dairy-free members of the band.
No, that's okay.
I support that. Let's talk a little bit about the Chicago scene. You know, we're listening to these stories about the restaurant community, bakeries and coffee houses working together, these symbiotic relationships. What's it been like for you, Engines, as you've navigated through the Chicago scene? I mean, before Engines, through Engines. How's the scene treated you? Do you find that same kind of reciprocity
you go
between
first.
bands?
There can be, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've met a lot of really cool people. Obviously, doing this for most of our lives. I mean, I'm 38 years old, and I've been doing this since I was 15 years old. So,
Yeah.
you know, you go through phases. You meet a lot of different interesting people. I feel the city is big as Chicago. There's so many little scenes. I mean, there's tons of bands. There's a million bands you've never heard, and I encourage everybody to seek out as many as they can, as many different ones. I mean, everyone sort of gets stuck in their little bubble, and they know a bunch of their friends' bands, and
The
you know,
same like 4 bands.
yeah,
play
and, like the same people play a lot of
shows,
shows. I really encourage people to branch out, try other stuff. You know, if you know 5 good bands, you probably don't know 100 that are playing locally all the time.
Yeah, branch out to the Engines.
Absolutely.
Keep talking.
Emily, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's different, I think, for females. I think it's a lot of the time people will say things like, I don't really like female-fronted bands, but you're pretty good. Or like, you know...
That kind of weird, backhanded, sexist
Right, I just
compliment.
don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But like, I've been getting that forever. Or like female fronted. So I found this like company on Etsy that sells these patches that say female fronted is not a genre, and I was like, yes, because I just hate being like lumped into this.
It's
thing.
stupid.
But Chicago's been pretty good about not really being like that mostly, but
I feel like people like us because we're female fronted.
right. It used to be
the
actually
selling point.
actually it used to be a liability. I think more than it is now. I think it's people like or they see it as like something interesting about your band, where it was, I think, previously like a weakness. But none of the bands I was in ever saw it that way, of course. But yeah,
Don't say that to Joan Jett.
That's right. Tell me again, what's the herb in this?
Time.
Damn.
This whole muffin.
Damn.
You can have some.
That's
You can
good.
have some.
That's a
Totally
delight.
different thing.
I'll
All right.
eat the whole
So
bag.
Engines, we've been talking about your music. We've been praising your music because it's a podcast/video show. We can't play your music right now. If people want to discover you, where should they go?
They can go kind of anywhere. So we're on Facebook, obviously. We're on Instagram, engines.chicago, I think, on Instagram. And then on Facebook, we're facebook.com/enginesx. We're on Bandcamp. You can listen to any of our records on Spotify or Apple Music or
Oh,
Tidal.
yeah, we're on
or-
Apple Music.
Yeah, we're on everything.
SoundCloud?
Actually, I don't know. Does SoundCloud
Really?
do licensed stuff? Do they like get stuff from distributors? I'm not sure. I mean, we could put stuff on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
But we do not currently. But you know, you can
They're everywhere else.
check out
I mean,
everywhere
if you're on
else.
Spotify, I think that's
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
can access that.
Pretty much, yeah. YouTube, wherever you want.
Exactly. So you're omnipresent. Go discover that band. Go keep them moving forward. Love the sound, and I look forward to, as things progress, seeing you perform in all your glory.
We will perform
And we will do it again.
again.
And it'll be
Promise.
glorious. Okay, good.
Impromptu right now?
No.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay.
Definitely not.
Back to Passion House. We're on Kedzie Avenue. You actually stayed open to do this. Well, you didn't stay open, but you stuck around. You kept the.
Come on. I mean, first of all, Con Carne is like, Con Carne and Cars is like, beautiful name.
Well, thank you.
And then I did some research and I was learning more about you and learning what you're doing. It's well worth it. And then we talked about we're from similar
Same, yeah.
areas in Skokie.
Yeah.
You know,
We
it's-
became fast friends.
yeah, very fast. So I like working with good people, man.
I love
It's
it.
worth
Well, me too. The coffee's delicious. Pastries, of course, a nice bonus. But these syrups, I mean, yes, first and foremost, support the cause.
Please
State of
support
Mind.
My State of Mind and go out and buy as many cans as you want. If there's a place where you can't get it and you want it near you, reach out to Passion House. Reach out to info@passionhousecoffee.com and let us know. Like, let's get it in there so we can be supportive of everyone in the community.
This is too easy to drink. But if you decide you don't want a cold brew, but you still want to drink Passion House coffee,
Yes.
these lattes with the syrups, the house-made syrups, are just killer.
Thank you.
Just-
I appreciate that.
They're sitting here. I have two here. I'm going to double fist my way home, so to speak.
I'll follow you. Make sure
Yeah,
you're okay.
I'm going to be a delight when I get home tonight. There's no doubt about it. So, anyways, thank you all for doing this.
Yeah.
Are we all best friends now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
Okay.
so.
BFFs.
I hope so. It's on a little glass half empty there.
No, it's true.
Okay. Car Con Carne is presented by the Autobarn Mazda of Evanston. If you're watching on Facebook Live, thank you for doing that. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for doing that. And thanks for listening on carconcarne.com. Available wherever you get podcasts. Say bye, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
Love trumps hate.